Hi everyone, and welcome back. I just wanted to give an update on the HGM724. This is the Springfield Echelon chassis. This is from Heighth Defense. I found out that I was pronouncing it wrong in the first video. It's Heighth Defense, not Heath Defense that I was originally calling it. I've got about around 500 rounds through this now, and I wanted to give some updates on some things that have changed recently. One of the things in the last video, I believe I mentioned that, so on this forward shroud, there's a metal plate on the inside to give it some reinforcement with all these M-LOK rails on here. And so on the back side, I believe in the last video, there's nothing underneath here, even though this is meant for the optic. And so you would mount like a Picatinny rail or something on here and then mount your optic on that, but there's nothing in here. So I actually ended up getting this in the mail completely out of the blue with a letter saying that, you know, they recognized that this was an issue for a lot of people not having any sort of metal reinforcement. And so like the issue that I had was the M-LOK nuts were essentially stripping out inside this rail here. And so they sent this out completely unbeknownst to me, and they sent it out to everyone that had already purchased a chassis that didn't have one with it. And so you'll just take this and slip it under and then mount your rail or whatever sort of optic mount that you're using. So that was a fantastic little add-on, that especially just sending it out to the people that had already purchased this chassis. The one thing that I will note is if you're trying to run like irons and an optic, this essentially diminishes your sight picture to none when you're running irons. So that's why I pulled it off. I don't have an optic to put on this yet, but once you have this in there with the M-LOK nuts, it completely blocks your view. You have essentially a millimeter or two of space between the bottom of those nuts and the top of the iron sights. So I was still able to do some shooting with it, but it's definitely not ideal. I'm just going to keep running without a rail for the time being, since I don't have an optic. That's why I pulled it back off. But yeah, this was a great piece. Other couple updates. I know in the last video I mentioned a couple ergonomic issues with the mag release as well as the slide lock. Really, once I started using it, I kind of found it not to really be much of an issue. I've gotten used to just racking the slide, and I think I may have mentioned in the last video, you can just use your thumb here, pull it back with the charge handle, and push up with your thumb to lock it back without even using your right thumb. So that isn't really an issue. The mag release I've definitely gotten used to, so I wouldn't really say it's much of a concern. I mean, it's still kind of slightly uncomfortable, I guess, but it's not really anything that I would complain about. So the other thing I wanted to mention is I was talking about the gas pedals here for your thumb, and how you really want to use this instead of wrapping your hand around the shroud. After shooting it a bit, you can see the residue around these the M-LOK rails, and especially around the end. So that just really goes to show how much is really coming out of there, and how you can really burn the hell out of your thumb if you're wrapping your hand around here. So definitely don't do that. Definitely use the gas pedals. Now, the biggest thing that I wanted to talk about with this was the spare mag slot. In the first video, I mentioned that I seemed to have some issues, and at the time, the little bit of shooting that I'd done with it, and where the latch would essentially was just way too loose, and the mag would fall out with just shooting one-handed, you know, hand completely off, and you'd shoot and the mag would fall out. assuming it's a full mag. If it's an empty mag, it didn't really seem to have an effect on it. So I sent an email to Heighth Defense, and they got back to me right away. I told them the issues I was having, and basically he said that a couple of the very first chassis that were sent out, he accidentally sent them out with underloaded springs. So this is what the spring looks like, and this is the original spring. So this is the underloaded spring, and you can see it's almost parallel across the coil here. And the correct spring that he sent me, completely free of charge, he sent it to me. I got it in like 2 or 3 days. It was super quick. Has another 20 degrees or so of load to it. So you could definitely, there was a definite noticeable difference. And the feel was also noticeably different. So I took it back out to the range and did some shooting with it, and the issue completely went away. So I'm going to cut to that clip. I'll cut to the clip of me shooting it after the fix, and I'll show you a little bit of me shooting it before I swapped the spring out, just to show you guys what it was like before. But yeah, that issue is gone now. I don't have any issues with the mag falling out now that I've got the new spring in there. So that was the biggest gripe that I had about this thing, and now it's gone. So I absolutely love this thing. I think it's fantastic. So here is those clips. So left hand is off the gun. It fell right out. Perfect. So just to show you guys, this is a full mag, and just even shooting one-handed, obviously no issues. So sounds like problem solved. All right, so we're gonna run through a couple rounds here. Again, I'm not using any optic on this. I'm just using the iron sights. I've actually found that this, especially with the Strike Industries brace on here, I get a really good cheek weld with it using the iron sights. So I really enjoy just shooting irons. I'm also broke as shit, so avoiding having to spend money on an optic is perfectly fine by me. But we're gonna run through a couple rounds and see how it goes. So really not bad. I mean, obviously on the steel it's pretty good. I'm not a great shot by any means, especially when it comes to pistols and rifles, but it obviously seems to be doing really good. We're gonna go up and take a look at that target and see how things went on there. I wasn't going too crazy in where I was aiming, just center mass mainly. Just out here having fun. Yeah, so pretty solid groupings for not putting too much effort into it. All right, we're gonna see. I don't have a timer, but I'm just gonna try to shoot these steels as fast as I can and see how it goes. Another little more, just a small little complaint is with this back strap that's on here. If you have a watch or bracelet or anything, I have my watch on my right hand, so I'm weird like that, but you have to slide your watch up your arm, otherwise it's kind of hitting that back strap, and it's just kind of annoying, not very comfortable. But all right, let's see how fast we can hit these steels. All right. Not too bad. All right, let's make sure the camera's on it. I'm gonna aim for the head on the left target. Going for headshots. See how we can do. Rapid fire headshots. All right, well, I may have taken an ear off or two. And possibly given him a buzz cut. not the greatest. Looks like we got 2, 3. I think that's 2, maybe. Possibly that might just be 1. I think that's 1. All right, well, I got 2 shots and missed 1, 2, 3, 4, I think. I don't know if this one was already here before or not. All right, so we're gonna try some reloads. I got 3 in one mag and 2 in another. Hopefully it doesn't fall out. I'm gonna try to keep a pinky on it so that it doesn't. But I kind of I haven't practiced it enough to really be good at it. But I have an idea of how to do a halfway decent reload with this. So we're gonna see if I can't get it. All right, well, not horrible. We'll try it again. We'll try it a couple times. That was quite a bit better. Yeah, so not bad. I love the way it shoots. This is my first PDW style gun, so I wasn't really sure what to expect, but I really do enjoy shooting. It's super fun to shoot. So all in all, especially now that this issue has been fixed and having the plate to reinforce the optic rail, I really have very minimal complaints on this thing. I think it's fantastic. I absolutely love it, especially for a first generation design. And what's essentially one of its kind, at least for the Springfield Echelon. The only other thing I've seen is different grip modules, but I've yet to see another chassis like this. So this is fantastic. Also, a big thank you to the guys from Heighth Defense, or a guy, I think his name was Brent. He was absolutely fantastic, super nice, super responsive. He was getting back to me right away, and he was definitely wanted to do everything he could to help. So if you guys have one of these and you have any issues like what I had, whether it's with the rail or with the spare mag slot spring, please reach out to them and let them know he is more than willing to fix those problems for you. But yeah, all in all, I absolutely love this now, especially after getting more rounds through it and getting those issues fixed. I have no gripes. And I also just wanted to say I apologize for it taking so long to get this video out. This is actually the 3rd or 4th time that I've recorded this now, because I either had issues with my microphone, or I ended up I was recording. The last time I was recording this video is when I sent them an email, and he got back to me so fast with the fix, so I basically just decided to re-record the whole video. And I've also just been super busy with everything, finishing up a master's degree in life, so I will hopefully get the next video out a lot faster than this time around. So Please let me know what else you guys would like to see on the channel. I've got a couple other builds that I'm working on. I've got a plastic hob that I'm really looking forward to finishing up here soon that I'd love to show on the channel. But if there's anything else that you guys would like to see in particular, let me know down in the comments. And thank you for watching.